to week 2 of Katsucrunching with me. This week, we still don't have fabric yet because we just ordered the fabric, but soon I will be able to do more sewing. So we have a lot of wig stuff I wanted to knock out while I can this week. So for gold chip, I want to airbrush her ears, which involves fighting with my airbrush, but I'm okay with that. I've been needing to get it in good working shape again. So airbrush her ears. Try and also fight with my 3D printer because technology for cosplay just does not go well with me for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna fight with my 3D printer and then print out the horseshoe that goes on the front bow for gold chip for the uniform, and then going to crimp her wig, style her wig, and then add magnets to the wig to attach the accessories. So last week I made the halter or blinders or whatever it's supposed to be, and then the little hat. And so yeah, I'll use magnets to attach that, and then magnets for the ears as well, and then figure out what I'm gonna do to attach the tail. And then for Nico, it's a very sewing heavy cosplay, so I can't do that much for it, but I did want to still make a second mock-up of the bodice and the apron just to see how the modifications I made to the pattern work and see if they're gonna be good or if we need a third mock-up or something. Xavier, I need to scout out for a different white jacket because the one I was going to buy did sell, and then I'll need white dress pants and some boots. She's got some funky boots, but we'll figure it out. And then I also want to crimp and style the wig. For Elbow, I'm gonna crimp and style the wig, which should be fun because it's very spiky. And then I want to make a Hooters tank top because I have a Hooters t-shirt that I made because my friend and I did Hooter Jonglian Child. So I just like the vibes of a tank top more. So I'm gonna try making a tank top, just putting the design on a tank top instead. But I still have the shorts and everything else, so that should be all I have to do. For Miku, I need to make a 4th bunny suit mock-up, which hopefully 4th time's the charm, it has to be. And then I need to find a Miku wig, because I have a Miku wig from Amazon that I need to find and detangle it, because I'm sure it's a hot mess. And then gonna try, and I need to make donut buns. I bought little donut bun foam thingies. I'll put a picture. And then after I have a successful bunny suit mock-up, then I really need to order the boning and then look at Goodwill or somewhere and see if I can get some heels to paint, because she's got these little cute pink heels with pom-poms on them. So that's everything I'm gonna attempt to do this week. We'll see what gets done, what doesn't, and yeah. Currently working on the hair bow for gold chip. I just cut out 2 rectangles and then I'm gonna sew them together and then fold them in kind of like this to have a little bow, and then I gotta make bow tails as well. Here's the finished bow. I didn't record any more of the progress of making it, but stitched a button onto the front of it, and then I used hot glue on the back because I could not be bothered to hand stitch these parts on. Yeah, this will be really cute on the ear once I get everything all attached. Working on a second mock-up for Nico now. Front side of apron mock-up number 2 is done. I went ahead and stitched down some single fold bias tape just to kind of get an idea of how I was going to be doing that on the actual finished dress apron thing, and then I'm going to need to, I think I'm going to hand stitch the other side down so that there's no visible stitch on the front, because I think it'll look really nice and clean that way. Yeah, now I actually have to cut out the back and then I get to do the fun part of sewing it together. The apron is cut out, so I'm gonna go ahead and sew it to the front. So we have this now stitched together. I need to actually make the closure for the back now, but I think I'm gonna need to kind of take in this seam just a little bit, kind of like taper it. Because now this sits higher up on my chest, so it's got more of like a curve it's got to fit around. Yeah, I gotta add buttons to the back, and then I'm gonna try this on again to check the fit. Better than the last buttonholes. Not perfect. I didn't actually like measure properly though, so I'm gonna have to do that when I do it on the actual one. We've now got 2 buttons and buttonholes, even if it is kind of messy. Last thing I'm going to do before I do another try on is go ahead and figure out what the seam allowance is, and then stitch a line and fold it in at that seam allowance. That way I can get an idea of how the finished product would lay, where the edges would sit. Okay, so I've still got the old bodice on, but I went ahead and tried it on with the second mock-up, the apron, and pretty happy with it. There's some space here that I might put in. I might actually still go ahead and put in just a little bit of like a dart there, so that way it comes together better. But it also might be laying weird because it's just one layer like folded over and stitched down instead of lined like how it'll actually be. But I kind of held up my new bodice pattern up here, and I think my alterations to it will be good enough so that way the yoke extends all the way down to here. But I definitely don't want to raise up the edge of this apron anymore, so this will definitely be my last mock-up for the apron bodice. And then now I've just got to make the dress bodice and hope that that mock-up also goes well, so then we'll be good to go once I get my fabric in. Okay, I may or may not have gotten a little bit distracted and started putting up prints, but like, look how nice that looks. It'll help me with my crunch. Also put more stuff on this pin board. I've got most of my con badges and then a bunch of other stuff I've gotten at cons. Guys, it'll help the crunch. Trust me. Our Alba wig and then our glove for Alba. I'm probably gonna crimp this today, or at least start crimping it, but I'll probably wait and do styling after I get my gold chip wig in, so I can just crimp both and then style them both in one session. Here is the wig unstyled straight out of the bag. These long layers are gonna be nice to crimp, but I hate crimping short hair on wigs, so that's gonna be fun, but it'll be worth it because I want to make this all like nice and fluffy. Went ahead and made a new front yoke mock-up. Gonna cut out the front bodice now and try and attach those, and then cut out the back pieces as well. Just went out to check for something outside, and my gold chip wig was also actually delivered just a little bit later today. And these ears are something. Definitely glad that I made my own ears. I think it came with the tail that it was supposed to, which is not great. I think I'm gonna have to contact them about that. Because I bought this listing specifically for the tail. Yeah, here is the wig. It'll be very fun to crimp it. I'm glad it has the hair put in like this so that it'll naturally want to go backwards, so that'll be good since her hair's really pulled back. The only other thing in that bag was the ears, so that means they didn't give me the tail, which means I now have to wait on them to first of all respond to me and then send me the tail. But yeah, finished the second mock-up. I did manage to successfully get it to kind of sit perfectly so that you don't really see the yoke outside of the apron. I think I'm going to actually raise up, I'm probably not going to mock this up again, but I'm going to raise up the apron edges here so that it would cover this. And then a lot of extra room in the back, so I'm gonna try and like take in that zipper a little bit and see how that is. But I don't think I'm gonna make a whole like third mock-up. I think I'm gonna call this good. And then hopefully my fabric gets shipped out soon so that I can actually start sewing the real thing. It is almost 3 in the morning, but I'm also not tired, so I'm just gonna go ahead and work on crimping my elbow wig. Been working on making the spikes now. I haven't styled the front at all yet, but it is all like crimped and then brushed out, so it should be pretty easy to do the shaping, but yeah, really happy with how it's coming in the back so far. Still working on styling the front, but I just went ahead and did a little try on just to see how the like sectioning was gonna be and if I needed to make any adjustments, but pretty happy with it. I'll try and show the back of the wig too. I got confirmation from the seller that they're gonna send me the tail for gold chip, so now I can go ahead and start crimping the wig. After messing with my printer for a bit, I was able to get it to print out 2 horseshoes for my friend and I. Went ahead and sanded one of them already, and then the other one I still need to sand. And then I'm gonna prime them and then sand them, and then if I need to, I'll prime them again and then sand them again, and then airbrush them black and then gold over top of it. She has now been fully crimped, so I'm going to try it on to figure out where to cut the bangs. Definitely gonna have to trim the bangs a bit, but once I trim them, it should be pretty good. It's a lot of hair, but most of the hair gets to just kind of go behind me since her hair is really like pulled back, so I'm gonna trim the bangs and then pull back the parts that are supposed to be pulled back, and then try testing the halter and the hat on and figure out where I'm gonna put magnets. So I need to kind of thin the bangs a little bit because they're a little thick and blunt, but pretty good if you ask me. A little spin. I just shoved one magnet on here so far, but yeah, I've got to figure out how exactly I'm gonna put the magnets for this, and then ears. Okay, I haven't put my wood cap back on because it came off, but not too shabby. Oh, that's on there, good. Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm gonna try and figure out the ears next, which I have one ear. We have one ear. The other one I have to remake because I did not have a very good time airbrushing it, so that's fine. Because we have an ear, but I'll put it probably, I think there is about the right spot. And then I'll show you the magnets on the inside in a second, but yeah. Going well, better than when I tried to put magnets in my Scaramouche wig. I feel like this placement's pretty good, so I'll probably go ahead and glue in the magnets for that. We do have the foam from the failed ear, but I'll put that about there. Then we'll have 2 horse ears. I might try and figure out something for this to put in like a 3rd magnet just to make it really stable. It's kind of wiggly, but I don't know. I guess it's sturdy enough. And it is done. I feel like I might mess with the bangs more. I didn't really trim them that much or like thin them out that much, but it also might look weird because I don't have cosplay makeup on or like the outfit, just the headpieces, but I'll give a little turn. If the back is tangled, then that's fine because I've just been fighting with magnets for the past like hour, but they are pretty secure at this point. If I like swung my head hard enough, I could definitely like throw one off, but it's actually not terrible. And then one of these ears definitely looks like better than the other, but that's okay because it's good enough. This isn't for a contest or anything, it's just for fun. So that is one thing that is done finally. I just need to make the actual outfit once I get my fabric, which still has not shipped. I think tomorrow will be 1 week since I ordered it, so I hope it starts, like, it ships soon and then it arrives quick so I can actually start sewing stuff. But got that done. I'm trying to decide what else I want to do today, because I should do more things today, but I also want to play Hightail because it just came out. So we'll see what happens. Here's my Etho wig. I went ahead and at least got it out so that I could start trying to work on it. Desperately need some like steam and to fix the spikes, but I ordered some food and then I'm installing Hightail, so I'm just gonna work on it until all of that is ready. The only thing I actually managed to get done during that time was to find my headband, so dealing with this hot mess will actually be a tomorrow problem. My iron-on transfers are here. I'm pretty sure the little tiny ephos are not that tiny, so I might need to like cut them to fit the badge, but I messed up that sizing somehow. The gold chip should be perfect. The words look really good. And then of course the decals for Nico look really pretty, so I'm really excited to cut these out and get them ready. Which I don't have Bad Ribbons yet to iron them on, but at least I can be ready for when I do get Bad Ribbons so it doesn't take me too long. Everything is cut out, so I'm just gonna put it all into baggies to keep it safe until it's time to iron it on to stuff. I did one side to the best of my ability. This wig is kind of cooked from the last time I styled it, but just have to deal with the worst side now. I'm about to sound muffled as hell, but the Etho cosplay try-on is done. Got my eyebrows, my potion, shoreline, the patches. So yeah, the main thing I needed to do for this was to just fix the wig, which I am very happy with. So I'm gonna pack this now. We'll have one cosplay pack. 2 updates for how my crunch is going. First update, the exciting, the best update. My fabric shipped, finally. I say finally, it's been a week, but I feel like that's kind of a long processing time. But I also ordered like a lot of fabric, so it makes sense that it took a while, but it was stressing me out. So next week I should actually be able to do some serious sewing. But next weekend, like not this weekend, but like the next weekend, I'm gonna be out of town doing K-pop girly shit in Chicago. Because AT's VR concert thing is going on, so I'm gonna be losing a lot of like really like big time next weekend, and it's gonna be right when my fabric gets here. Second update, which I guess makes the crunch easier. The group that I was gonna be doing lads with that asked me to be Xavier, they actually aren't going to be cosplaying lads on like the day that I could do it, which is the day the meetup is. So I'm just not gonna cosplay Xavier at this con. I'm just gonna take it out of my crunch, and I'll probably do that Xavier another day. It's like I could still technically be a version of Xavier if we can go to the meetup, but like originally I was gonna go to the Nitro plus Cheryl meetup, so I'm gonna actually go to that again. I'm just gonna be Alba the whole evening so I don't have to change, because it's a pretty tight change in between the lads meetup and the BL meetup, so I'm just gonna be Alba and then Alba in a Hooters outfit. So I have to order an Alba jacket now and then figure out, I think, his belt. I think that's the 2 things I still need to get for it, because I already bought the glove and the shoe covers. I have the wig. Oh, I need jeans. I don't have blue jeans. I never wear blue jeans, so I need to hopefully thrift a pair. If not, buy a pair online. Shouldn't be that bad. Still, it's easier than buying like white dress pants and a white like blazer, like what I needed for Xavier, so this is still a massive win. We're already cutting things from the lineup on week 2. That's okay.